Yo, paddlers, welcome back to the podcast. This is your host, Norby, and I hope you enjoy this next episode.
All right, so Jordi, thanks a lot for taking the time to chat with me. First of all, welcome to the podcast. This episode is special for two reasons. One reason is you're the first one that I actually do in person. Otherwise, normally I do it online via Zoom call or whatnot because I live in Switzerland and everybody else lives everywhere else. And you're also to be the first female to be on the podcast. I solved that problem now that you're on there. That's awesome. So thanks a lot for taking the time and to join me. Let's do with a quick introduction of who you are so that some of the listeners who don't know who you are, I'm sure there are a couple listeners who already know who you are, but people who don't know who you are, they'll get to know you a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good. First of all, thank you also for giving me the space and give a woman space, of course.
Of course, always.
Not many people do it, and it's awesome that you can do it in person, that you're here in the US.
Yeah, it's great.
Helping the paddle grow, so that's amazing.
Okay.
I started competing mostly last year.
Okay.
From Argentina.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I love it. The first time I picked up a racket, it was, I don't know, it just felt right. Like a paddle racket.
Yeah.
It just felt right, and then of course it was a little awkward with the walls at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I'm very into it, and I'm trying to help the sport going.
Well, yes. Where did you play college, by the way?
At University of West Florida in Pensacola.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Because I played at UNF, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In North Florida, in Jacksonville. Yeah, I played 4 years in Jacksonville at UNF. And I have a friend who played on our team, then transferred to West Florida, I think. Padlr.
He played Pickleball.
Yeah. So he played for 1 year at UNF before when I was on the team as well.
That's fine.
So funny story for that. Shout out to Padlr.
Racket sports is a small world, right?
Yeah. And pickleball is growing. Pickleball has grown a lot more in the US but I think paddle is starting now. So we'll see where it's gonna go and where it's gonna go. Okay, cool. All right. And so now that was at the same time, so more or less the same time you played as well.
Yeah, I came a little later because I played pro first.
Okay.
So I came when I was 24, 25.
Okay.
And he had the last year.
Okay.
We share 1 year only.
Okay, cool. All right, it's good. And now then going into the club here, you're now the head coach at Open Paddle here, right? Mm-hmm. And then playing tournaments. You just won a tournament in Austin, Texas. All right, congratulations on that one.
Thank you so much.
Who do you play with, or is that your fixed partner, or what's the kind of situation with your partners and with playing in the US right now?
Her name is Eglia Petrovsky, Lithuania.
Okay.
And we are the number 1 pair in the US right now. Yeah, we are playing together.
Okay. She also lives here in Miami, or?
She lives here in Miami.
Okay, cool.
In case it's came. Yeah, we're playing together. We just won the last. It's kind of like their level, like kind of in tennis. They do like you have the Grand Slam.
Yeah, tell me how it works in the US. What's the?
It's the same. And the level for the tournaments are set up like that, like tennis. So you have the Grand Slams, and then you have the Masters, you have 1,000, and then you have 100, 250.
Okay.
And so here is the same. The major that we just won is worth 2,000 points.
So it's a Grand Slam or like a major. Okay.
Exactly. It was the last one of the year.
Okay.
And then you have 1,000, 500, 200.
Okay.
That's how it is. And it's a national competition.
Okay. Yeah. And so tell me a little bit, because obviously you're coaching, right? That's your full-time job, or you were?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. And it has been since a while, or you worked somewhere else before, kind of in an office, or I'm not sure. How did you transfer into being paddle your full-time life?
I'm actually coaching tennis and paddle.
Okay.
I still cannot get rid of
tennis.
It's not that I cannot get rid. It's just I'm still attached, with some players and stuff. That I have some kids that are competing.
Okay.
So I'm still helping them.
Okay.
And I love it also.
Okay.
But my idea is soon just
paddle.
Just paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How does that look? So I'm sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit here, like coaching and tournaments, but we'll get around it. So going back to the club here, Open Paddle. Do you guys have kids as well, or what's the kind of how many hours do you have a week, or how does it look like?
It's tough, with kids here in the US because I don't know. I mean, you studied here. You know how it is with like the most important thing for parents is college.
Yeah.
And since paddle is not in college yet, like they
nobody
don't
wants
see
to play.
As a future, So they mostly put their kids into sports that you can actually play at college and get a scholarship. Still very, very slow with the kids.
Okay.
It's way more than last year. I remember last year you wouldn't see a kid.
Okay.
And now you see some kids here and there, but it is very slow. There's a project I heard recently to put paddle into college.
Well, in Ryan and in Tactical Paddle in San Diego, they've done a facility. I saw it as well. But I'm not sure how that's gonna, or when the sport itself will be accepted into college sports. Having a court and a facility there, that's a first step. That's great. That's amazing. That'd be amazing actually for us as well, because a lot of Europeans would be same thing as I came over for college, right? Exactly. A lot of others could then now to start playing paddle because you could come play college tennis, you could get scholarship, you could get whatever. So it would be good for the whole world, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to San Diego after this, so I'll try to speak to Ryan to see where. We leave tomorrow actually. So
good.
Try to, is that just a court there, or are they gonna work with universities to actually get it into the system, or what's the plan on that one? That'd be really cool actually.
The thing is that it's amazing that they already have done that.
Yeah.
It's amazing because that's the first step. The things that to get it into NIA, whatever.
Yeah, that's a difficult one.
You need a lot of courts in a lot of one.
I think it's very far away, but if it gets approved, maybe, who knows. Okay, cool. So juniors are still a little bit of time ahead on proper academies and stuff.
There's not a proper academy yet in the US.
Okay, cool. And how's the scene looking like for you, as well as for the men's side for the tournament? You won a major tournament yesterday or whatever that was. Did you get a prize money? What are we looking at there in terms of how does that look?
That's a very asked question. Because as you know, it's still a struggle, still a battle, in getting the equal on prize money for men and women. Actually, this past tournament we got the same prize.
Okay.
I think pretty sure that we got the same prize money. It's not a lot. We're still working on it. And there's something that I always said that it's weird for me. The US, where you have so many sponsors, so many people that are interested in putting money into sports. How can paddle cannot get something more? Some more.
Definitely.
So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if people is not moving enough on terms of getting them, or the sponsors are not interested. I don't know what's the case. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that it's weird. How come Pickleball has so many sponsors and all the other sports, like the US?
Right, but just too new, I think, to be honest with you, because Pickleball has been around. New. Yeah, it was new, not anymore.
I know, but
I remember because when I left,
very
fast. Okay, because when I left the US in 2015. I graduated in 2015. And I remember that's when the conversation started about pickleball. I was like, pickleball, there's a couple courts in Florida and whatnot. And a couple years after, I heard it again, pickleball is going crazy in the US, And now, obviously, they have the league, which Marcos is trying to do with paddle and stuff like that as well, which is really cool. But it might have, I think paddle is where pickleball was in I don't know. Actually, it's a kind of wild guess. But pickleball was in 2015-16. Paddle is there now,
Now, yeah, for sure.
So I think there will be because I love the sport. Obviously, that I wouldn't be here otherwise. But I think there will be some money in it. But for now, it's only a couple of cities from what I see: Miami, New York, LA, San Diego a little bit, and then maybe in Texas a little bit. But otherwise, it's non-existent, right?
Exactly.
Paddle and pickleball is kind of everywhere in Miami, in New York, indoor clubs there. In the middle of the US as well, there's pickleball courts, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's obviously a lot more. Yeah.
Because you can draw the line and put a net and just play it.
I actually I wanted to keep this conversation and comment for a different, not different podcast, but for a different video that I have. But we played, my girlfriend and I played pickleball for the first time here in Jacksonville, actually, when we were there. And
what do you think about it?
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go to the US. I'm gonna try pickleball just so that I can talk shit about it and say, hey, it's a terrible sport, blah 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 blah. It actually wasn't that bad, yeah.
Really?
It actually wasn't that bad. So it was fun.
Okay.
But what I would say, it's I don't know if it's a good comparison, but ping pong is also fun, yeah.
It is.
Ping pong is also fun. It's a nice game that you play.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's not a sport.
That's what I mean. So that's why I couldn't say that before because I never tried it. So like, how can I comment on it if I didn't try? But it was a fun game to play. Yeah, it was, and I didn't even play. I played with some older people, but for the first time, it was okay from tennis and then. But I can imagine if I played with like some of the boys or some of the good tennis players like you guys or whatever, would also be actually even more fun. But it's a game. It's a small court. You're moving a little, but not much. So it's okay. It's a nice little game. I'll give that them. But it's like
the only thing that I don't like is just that the paddles and the ball is like.
It's super easy. I mean, I've never played, and we played against some older people that have been playing, and they were experienced, and like even for us, then by the end when we got used to the scoring and the rules a little bit, like. It was no problem to play against them or even just to challenging not so much.
My ex-coach from college.
Okay.
He's very into he actually built pickleball court in our university, in our campus. So.
At West Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually positively surprised because I was like, this cannot be a good sport. This, I was hearing a lot of people as well talking about it, this and that and that. And it was fun. Like I'll give him that. It was fun and great, but like nothing compared to paddle. The funness as well and the sport level that is required is nothing near that. So like it's great, but like I don't see how in the world, not how in the world, but how the world population would consider it as like because. I'm sure the professionals and Pablo, they're also machines and they're also quite hard and train hard. The amount of what's it called? The amount of fitness, the amount of quality that required is still much below paddle, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. The other things that like if you think in those terms, maybe you can think about golf and the fitness challenge is not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mental-wise, yes, it is very challenging, but physically, you're not even moving.
Give me 1 second, because I think it's rubbing on there. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the thing.
Sorry.
Because when you rub it.
But it's not challenging.
No. It's mentally challenging.
But you don't have to move or anything, and it's we are like it's not allowed to consider golf not as a sport.
Yeah,
right?
Of course not. There's
so
you get very offended when you say it's not pickleball. It's a sport. I'm happy about it. It's all good, but like
exactly. So I guess we cannot be allowed to not consider it.
No, that's definitely not. Well, we'll give them that, but like wait until the US realizes what paddle is, and then the whole US.
I think we need to get the Americans involved.
Yeah, of course. Let's talk about that actually, because that leads into it perfectly. What do you think of the future of it here? What are the things that needs to be done to make it to get it to pickleball's level of popularity?
So. First things, of course, the thing is that there are a couple of things, that are all connected. One is the offer that we have, offer of courts.
Yeah, okay, number of courts,
Yeah, the number of courts. So the offer is very, very low. The demand is very high.
Okay.
But the offer is low. So the courts are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Like you go somewhere
What is it for? I mean, in New York, I haven't even reserved. I don't. Honestly, like Reserve is a great club, but like I thought, what the fuck is going on? $300 for a court.
But it's a pop-up for summer in the
but still, that was...
Yeah.
Anyways, so what are we looking at here?
Anyway, it's like in between 25 and 35
per hour.
Per hour and a half.
Okay.
The turns are hour and a half.
Okay.
But the thing is that not many courts, so the demand is very high of people.
Yeah.
So I don't think the clubs are thinking about lowering the prices.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Because they're getting a lot of people.
Definitely not.
But when you build more courts, then the people are going to start spreading out, and the demand is not going to be the high, so you will have to lower the prices. So I think it's all going to be, falling.
Is it easy to find the location, or?
That's the other problem. So to get the permits to build the court, not only indoor but outdoor. Like, of course, indoor is much more difficult, but I don't know why. Obviously every city has their own rules, Here with
regulations.
the hurricane, regulations. Here with the hurricane, in New York that you have a lot of like people everywhere, so you cannot bother them with the noise and stuff. So it's pretty high to actually feel fill out all those regulations
Okay.
and, get approved.
Okay.
It takes a lot. They're about to open a club at Key Biscayne. But it was supposed to be open like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
But they didn't get the permit until now.
Okay.
So it's crazy.
I thought it was relatively easy because there's so much space, in the whole US. I mean, there's so much middle of nowhere kind of where you can,
exactly.
even around cities where you can kind of open and bothers no one. I mean, here,
exactly.
bothers no one. But okay, okay, cool.
It's
so that's one thing to grow it. Okay, so get new courts. Yeah. What else is there? Do you think to get the sport to pickleball level? Going back to that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, of course, building more courts, then getting the Americans involved.
Okay, because right now it's a lot of just South Americans and Spanish or whatever.
And Europeans.
Europeans, yeah. Okay, yeah, because in Europe it's obviously more popular. Okay.
And then the next step will be like getting into college. Basically college, and then school will be good too. Yeah.
Okay. Getting the Americans involved, that would be, because that's pickleball that has done that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or not?
No, not
really. Okay.
No, the thing with pickleball is that the process is different because you don't see kids actually playing pickleball.
Okay, on the kids, yeah. It's also adults, older one actually.
Young adults and older people, But you don't see kids at all. The problem is, not the problem. The thing is that for pickleball, you don't have to book a court, you don't have to pay.
We played actually as well a pickup game. We went to some park and we didn't do anything. We showed up. We didn't even show up with rackets. There was nice enough. The people there, they were super nice, and they gave us the rackets, and we played. There was not a process. It was very easy.
Exactly.
We were told to go there. We went there. We showed up and said, "Hey, we're new here. Can we play? Yeah, we can play. Good, thank you. Put your racket in there.
Exactly.
Done. Okay.
And that's it. And they are building courts in. You can build. I'm just saying because they just put the lines in there.
Got a line and put in there.
But you can build courts even on a tennis court.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't need to actually like a whole structure.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. But exactly. Okay, but that also says to me a little bit about the potential of it, because ping pong is also much easier. You can put a table in anywhere and then kind of play, but it's also it hasn't become. It's an older sport or game or whatever you want to call it, but it hasn't become that major sport.
No.
And I think that's gonna be similar. So
I think padel has everything to become a major sport.
Yeah.
Also, it would be great if it was in the
Olympics, of course, that's a big step. Yeah, that's a big step. What might happen actually, right, in 2028, I think, right? That might happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's talk about it lastly for you personally, your coaching. What are kind of the goals or the plans with the sport? Are you looking to play more tournaments outside of the US, or kind of the coaching route, or what do you plan for yourself?
Yeah, so coaching, of course, I'm gonna still coaching because I actually love it. So I will still do it. But the idea is to start traveling a little more. I just got my green card approved.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
To the US. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, then.
So the thing is that I wasn't able to travel.
Okay.
Actually,
you couldn't leave and come back easily.
Now I can leave. So I wasn't able to travel at all. That was not
option.
So now I can do it.
Okay.
So the plan is to start doing it.
Okay.
Now by the end of the year and next year even more.
With the same partner, she's into it, or you kind of.
Yeah, kids for her to travel. I would love to do with her because she's awesome.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe we can do some tournaments.
Okay.
But I already talked with someone else that she's a little more like committed to travel and stuff. Like she's more available to travel. But yeah, the idea is to start playing FIP and hopefully soon some World Padel Tour list and stuff.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Now that it's gonna
combine. They combine. That's also a good thing. I think that they finally combine and there's one big one, and then there's A1 as well. And they're coming to the US, huh? A1.
Yeah, but not for women.
Oh, it's only for men coming for. Shit, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I talked with one of my friends that he plays A1.
Okay.
And he told me no.
Okay. It's only for men there. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, only men. But it's weird. Like Miami, why not doing women here?
Yeah. There's loads. There's
a lot of women. Yeah. And I'm sure that a lot of them would come to Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know, from Canada, Mexico, Venezuela.
Yeah, for sure. Miami is easily accessible for them, and the women still in paddle is still not that equal, but I think. Hopefully it'll eventually get there as well, just like in tennis.
It's gonna be a FIP here in October.
Okay.
A FIP prize, and then they cancel.
The women's only, or the men's as well?
No, men's as well.
Men's as well. Oh no.
They canceled it. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So that's not good. Yeah, that was our plan, but
okay. And one more thing came to my mind.
Yeah, it was just 4 teams making it to the playoff. We were 5.
Okay.
So 5th.
Okay.
So we didn't make it by a little bit, but I mean, it was a great experience.
Okay.
Sharing the court with like legends of the sport, it was amazing. I was actually, at the beginning, I was like, what am I doing here? You know,
Okay.
I mean, I didn't just play this sport for 5 minutes, but it was great. Like they were so friendly and humble and like willing to help. And,
okay.
You know, it was amazing. Yeah, and we actually ended up competing.
Good matches, definitely, right?
Yeah, we competing with them. I'm not saying the same level,
yeah,
but at least we were like competing with them.
Sure.
We were like actually playing at that level, so it was amazing. The experience, and hopefully it keeps growing.
Next year,
Next year, they're working on it.
Yeah.
They're working to make it better. I know.
I spoke to him a little bit in New York because it was funny because when we saw each other in New York at reserve the night before, he was playing at Dumbo at Padlr House, and he was playing in the round robin. And Fanti invited me as well, so I played in the round robin as well. And I saw Marcos there, so we chatted a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, you'd be surprised, and who's coming or what's coming, like what kind of people are coming." And I was like, "Well, I'm looking forward to see it." So I know him. Well, I don't know him, but I've spoken to him before, and I know that he's gonna do, I think, a good job of growing the PPL part, which is a very cool initiative actually for the sport in the US and worldwide as well, especially if they get involved with more international, because then more, obviously, if there's the French guy on the team, then France is looking, right?
Exactly.
If there's a Spanish guy, then Spain is looking.
Exactly.
So yeah, I told him as well, like international people are, I guess, very important because then you get more international exposure on that one. So
exactly. For sure. Yeah. The people from that country or whatever, they
it's important as well, Americans, but like different countries, so that because once you have one player from a certain country, basically the whole country of paddle lovers from that country will be focusing on that because that player is playing, right? So you can get a lot of countries involved or at least interested in PPL just by having one player on the team.
Also like making it a show, so people from here in the US, the Americans, can also watch it.
They love their shows. Americans love their shows around the sports. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the idea. That's why I think the main thing that they need to change for this year is the location.
Okay. Not just in one location, or what do you mean by location?
No, I'm just saying they need to do it in a location, whatever, but where a lot of people go and watch.
Okay.
And assist to the event.
Okay.
Because it was played in
Tampa or was it?
Separate Hills, like close to Tampa, but it was like an hour. So not many people you didn't have people.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody watched it. Yeah, and stuff. Yeah, I saw it on the stream though. Outside of it.
Yeah, so they need to do it, and they know already. So they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna help a lot because people is gonna the show and and getting the TV involved. I think it'll be great. I know Marcos is working.
Yeah.
So.
No. Looking forward to seeing what's happening here. That's why.
And I heard a couple of names.
He said he told me as well. He's like, you'll be surprised. I was like, my brain already started working. I was like, who is it? I rolled off a couple names, and he's like, I don't know. You'll be surprised. I'm like, yeah, I know.
So if you can, you should come when we.
Asked me as well. I was like, yeah, well, it depends on when it is or where it is, but I would love to kind of come back and see and watch a little bit and do a little bit of podcast or whatnot. But
because you're gonna have great names here.
Yeah. No, I think I'll try to talk to Marcos and see if we can make something.
Yeah, for sure.
There's anyways. All right, Jordi, thanks a lot for the chat. Appreciate it, and I wish you all the best in the. Hopefully, this has been your new professional career outside of the US as well, and we'll be following, and hopefully the Padlr people will be following as well your journey now. And
thank you, and I wish you the best with it. And thank you for doing this for Padlr.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody that's helping.
It's a goal. It's a goal for everyone. For you, for me, to grow the sport. Everyone will benefit from that. So
for sure.
That's the goal. All right. Cool. Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And thanks a lot for the first in-person interview of the Padlr Podcast and the first female. Let's go. All right. Thanks a lot.